Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another video on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jane. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. So like Des, Alexa, and Sarah, I have recently filmed an inventory of my physical TBR books, and like every other booktuber, I clearly lack self-control when it comes to buying books. So at the time of this video, which was filmed last week, I was at 78 unread books. Fast forward 1 week later, I'm now at 98, and that's while on a book buying ban. So if you want to feel better about your TBR, if you just want to see me talking about books, or if you want to convince me to read a certain book on my TBR, continue watching. Also, I'd like to point out that there are more unread books than read books on my shelves, which is kind of really sad. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are gonna do a massive physical TBR reveal, and I am so nervous for this. Let me tell you, it was such a pain moving all of these books off my bookshelf. I've organized my books into different piles. I have like a fairy tale pile, I have a romance/summer pile, I have specific authors, of course a fantasy romance pile, a miscellaneous, I'm not sure what to call it pile, and a thriller pile. So I organized them this way because I thought it'd be easier in case you guys are more interested in hearing about a certain genre of book. Also, just so I can have an idea of how many books I own from each category. I was planning to do a reading thriller books for a whole week, and I never realized how many thriller books I have. Like, I was trying to think of whether I should break my book buying ban. I can't even finish the amount of thriller books I have in a week. It also helped me realize that my book buying ban was a good idea. So this will be my first pile. This is gonna be a summer and romance book pile. Because it is summer, I thought we could start with this one. So all of these books are Colleen Hoover books. I have yet to read a single Colleen Hoover book. I put a poll up on my channel if you guys want to go vote on which one I should read first. But right now It Ends With Us, and I was thinking of doing a reading vlog. The first one is Ugly Love, Friends with Benefits. Very sad, and the guy doesn't want to be in a relationship. That's all I know about this book. The next one I have is Verity. This could technically go in the thriller pile. Definitely saving this one for October. The next one I picked up is Never Never. I got it at Winners for only $14.99, and it sounds really, really good. Next one I have is All Your Perfects. Something about relationships, that's all I know about this one. Then we have It Ends With Us. If you guys want to vote on which Coho book I should read first, it is on my channel. Next, we have the infamous Miss Emily Henry. So I have People We Meet on Vacation and Book Lovers. Book Lovers, the first time I read the summary, it was very, very similar to Beach Read for me. And I did read the first chapter. I didn't love it. Next I have Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I know it's the second book in a series, but I think it is a standalone. Let me know if it is. Next I have The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I've heard raving reviews about it, so also very excited for this one. Then I have Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I first heard of this book because of Steph. Excited to try it out. I've never read a story about addictions before. Then I have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I've heard only 5-star reviews of this book. I also love the cover, which is why I picked it up. Otherwise, I don't think I would have picked it up because I just don't like the way that they kind of idolize the men in the story, whereas the women tend to be chaotic and messy and disorganized, and the men on the other hand are like perfect and they're handsome and they have nice hair and they're rich and they're successful. It just didn't click with me, so I'm excited to give them one last try. The next two books I have are Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I think these two books are not really my type. So I have Daisy Jones and the Six and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That takes care of the summer romance pile. I actually have quite a few romance books. The next one is my thriller pile. So The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Excited for this one because I'm excited for the psychotherapy sessions. Next, I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I did talk about this in my most recent book haul video. The synopsis doesn't sound that interesting, but Haley gave it a raving review. Next, I have The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I completely forgot what it's about, but it must have been good if I bought the book. And then I have The It Girl by Ruth Ware. Also don't really remember what this is about, but something with a group of friends and someone dies. Last one I have is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. The synopsis didn't sound like a thriller to me. I'm just thinking of how long it's gonna take me to put all of these books back to where they used to be on my shelves, and I'm so not looking forward to it. I'm not sure what to call it, so I'm just gonna call it the fairy tale pile. Here I have the whole Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. So we have Cinder, which is book number 1. This one I did read online like way before I restarted my book reading era, and I remember absolutely loving it. And the plot twist, there was a plot twist at the end, obsessed. And then I bought the book series, and then I never read the rest of the series. So yeah, so this one is a Cinderella retelling, and then you have book 2, which is Scarlet, which I think is Little Red Riding Hood. The third one is Cress, which obviously is a Rapunzel retelling. The fourth is Winter, obviously Snow White. And then you have these 2 novellas in the series, Stars Above and Fairest. Then the next 2 books I have on here are Stephanie Garber books. Can you guys guess what books they are based on my fairy tale category? So it's Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. Absolutely obsessed with these covers. They are the prettiest book covers I own. I paid a lot of money to get my hands on this one because it was out of stock everywhere in Canada, and so I had to go on eBay to order a signed copy, and it was very expensive. I don't think I have to explain this series because it really is blowing up. I didn't enjoy Caraval as much. I feel like her books don't really focus on the plot. They really just focus on magical feeling. I have to be really in the mood for something like that when I read these books. So I'm really scared to start these books because I'm scared I'm not gonna like them, even though everyone and their mother has read them and has loved them. But I'm also not reading them just yet because I heard the second one ends on a huge cliffhanger. I am waiting for the third one. The next pile is for one specific author, and just based on the size of the books and based on my preference for reading genre, I feel like you guys should be able to guess who this is. Leave your guesses down below. Of course, I'm talking about none other than Miss Sarah J. Maas. So the top I have her ACOTAR series, and the bottom I have her Crescent City series. So of course we have A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did an unboxing video. It has yet to be posted, but yeah, if you guys want to see an unboxing of this, I don't know why anyone would want to see a book unboxing video, but if you guys are interested, that is coming in the near future. And then you have A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Rune, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. I could have read her ACOTAR series way back in high school when I discovered her Throne of Glass series. I just never did because the whole series wasn't out yet. Throne of Glass, I read the first 5 books in high school, and so I only read the newest books when they came out, but I didn't bother rereading the first 5 books. So then I kind of forgot everything that happened, and by the last book, also I hate that it's yellow when the rest of her series is like dark blue. When I was reading it, I was literally like, who the hell are these people? And how am I supposed to feel about them? I was completely lost. So it was not a good reading experience. So technically the Throne of Glass series is on my TBR because I never got the full experience. And also Shatter Me over here, want to reread that one too. So technically that's also on my TBR. And Harry Potter, the series in the other room, is also on my TBR because I don't remember a single thing about that series. The next 2, of course, is House of Earth and Blood. House of Earth and Blood and Sky of House and Breath. That was so wrong. House of Sky and Breath. Absolutely stunning. I'm so excited to read this. And I know her newest one is coming out this year, I think. Or at least there's a cover and everything for it. So I'm gonna go through the rest of these a bit quicker because I feel like I'm talking too much. This stack is Cassandra Clare. So if you guys have been keeping up with my channel, I don't think I've posted the videos yet. Would you guys know about it? No, you wouldn't. I have been rereading, I should say, The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. It is a 6-book series. I've read books 1 to 4, so all I have left are 5 and 6. 5 being City of Lost Souls and 6 being City of Heavenly Fire. These crazy chunky. I read books 1 to 4 5 years ago. This year I was like, I'm gonna reread this series and actually finish it because I have too many books on my TBR. I also stopped at book 4. I still stopped at book 4 because it just put me in a reading slump. Let me know if you guys enjoyed books 5 and 6 and if I should actually read it or not. Then I have her Dark Artifices series, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness. And then last but not least, the Infernal Devices, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. I also love that she did this with her spines. And I thought that was so creative. Next stack of books I have contains fantasy. I left the biggest pile for last. It's actually huge piles. So I have the first one, second, third, fourth. First one, 4th ring, Rebecca Yarros. Need I say more? Second 2 books are King of Scars and Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. It is about, what's his face? Nikolai. Then I have the Folk of the Air series by Holly Black. So The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, and How the King of Elfan Learned to Hate Stories. The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent, because I thought this was the first book in the series, and also The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I heard this story is less about the plot and more about character development, but I absolutely love the cover, so I'm excited to see what that's all about. And I'm fully obsessed with that. Next pile of books, I have the Inheritance Games series. So you have the Inheritance Games and the Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm waiting for the 3rd book to come out before I can read it. It was released, I think, July 26th, which is today. I think it's getting released today actually, the paperback version. Once I get that, I will finally start reading this series. If you know me, I can't stand having paperbacks and hardcovers mixed together in a series. Then we have Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I read the Remnant Chronicle series by her. It is one of my all-time favorite series ever. I've reread it like 2-3 times already, and I'm still just as obsessed with it as I was the first time. So it takes place in the same universe. Super excited to pick it up. Then I have a special edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by D.E. Schwab, but I just had to get my hands on it. Then I have the Fable series by Adrienne Young. I just want to show you guys the cover. I'm literally obsessed. I'm gonna display these. Fable number 1, Namesake number 2, The Last Legacy number 3. That's a pirate romance series if you guys are interested. I did read the first chapter of the first book twice now, and I still don't understand it. There's just so many sea hunting and pirate related language. Every single word I literally have to look up. And then I have The Gracier by Kim Liggett. Beautiful book and very interesting concept. Then I'm gonna go with this mini pile that I have here. So first off, I have the Percy Jackson series by Ricky Riordan. By Rick Riordan. First I have the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. So the first one is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Ooh, so slippery. Followed by, oh wait, no, sorry, that's just what the series is called. Okay, so Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan. First one is The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, The Last Olympian. It gives me very much Harry Potter vibes. I feel like it's very much a comfort read and it's more for like fall and winter seasons. Then I have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is also really interesting. It's about 2 people who are trained and born to kill other humans. I thought it was interesting. I just don't think I ever feel like picking it up because it is about death, and that's a bit depressing. And then I have two like non-book books. It's the unofficial Ultimate Harry Potter Spellbook and the unofficial Harry Potter Bestiary. So I thought I'd read these when I read the series because it has like...
Okay, I found this on the web for all the information about her. Check it out.
Every single spell is in here and it tells you what it does and when it's used. The last pile, I promise. I hate when this happens to my books. So in this pile are kind of like less well-known fantasy books, books that I haven't heard other people talk about. The first one, this I haven't heard anyone talk about. It's not a well-known series at all. I think I found the series in high school when I finished reading Shatter Me, back when it was a trilogy, and I was looking for similar books. So this is the Arcana Chronicle series by Presley Cole, which is my most recent read. So I have Day Zero, which is a novella, Arcana Rising, which is the fourth book, The Dark Calling, which is the fifth book, the last book that just came out recently, From the Grave, which is the sixth and last book. Highly recommend it if you guys loved Shatter Me, which I think everyone does. And then I have Graceling by Kristen Kishore, about a girl who has been given the grace, in other words the power of killing people. Love the cover. I find it's so pretty. And then the other covers in the series are gorgeous. This book is like from 2008. I find if you redo a cover, it really changes like just how many people will purchase the book. I think this is the Dark Shores series by Danielle L. Jensen. The first book being Dark Shores. Obviously it's a pirate romance. Sarah J. Maas said she loved every word. Then the second one is called Dark Skies. The third one is Gilded Serpent. I think the last one is coming out very soon, called Torched or Scorched Earth. And then I have the All the Stars and Teeth and All the Tides of Fate duology by Adeline Grace. Obsessed with these covers. Once again, the colors that she chose and just the whole vibe is just so pretty. The last and final book on my physical TBR is A Fate of Wrath and Flame by K.A. Tucker. So this woman wrote like a bunch of romance novels. I don't know if this is her first fantasy, but it sounds really good. Thank you so much for staying tuned with me. I hope you guys enjoyed a longer video from me. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, if you like them, if you didn't like them, just your thoughts and opinions in general, and let me know if my physical TBR made you feel better about yours. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!